you have now gotten a job. You don't get job now. Woo! Congratulations to you. You see, many people have not gotten the opportunity to get a job. So now that you have applied the process, you have you are not full of pride. You're not demanding excessive things. In your mind now, in your mind you say, okay, I want to build a successful career. I just want to start from where I can start. So now that I don't get that job, what next? You see, many people will not ask themselves what next when they don't get job. So that's why I am doing this series, how to build a sustainable career, and sharing one ways for you to be better employee. But you see, now when you don't get that job, we go talk the first thing you need to do. The first thing you need to understand, if you have gone through the internship route, it still applies to you. But say you don't get a job and they pay you every month. It doesn't matter how much you're being paid. If you're in a job that are paying you 50k, fine. Your job they are paying you 60k, fine. If you are a civil servant earning 50k, fine. Whatsoever you are, position you are, what do you need to do in order for you to start this career journey? But if you never get job, there's a video, there's a link of my video whereby I discuss how to get a job, or you check my playlist on how to get a job. How to get a job. Now, if you follow that procedure, you will know what to do on how to get a job. Let me, put some refresh your memory on what you need to do for those of you that are just joining on how to get a job. Whether you have a qualification or you don't have a qualification, I discuss 3 methods on how to get a job. I say we have the online method, whereby I say that you should and download Indeed Nigeria, LinkedIn, especially Indeed Nigeria. Do your CV and start applying for jobs. You see a search box, just click the job you want to apply and keep applying for many jobs. Then discuss the physical method, whereby you hire an agency or you go and meet an agency. You can find them in places and submit your CV and tell them that you're looking for this particular job. But the thing is that they will share your first year's salary, but you fill a form and pay a form. I say the third way of getting a job also is physical contact. Go to buildings, company, just go to in your areas or in some areas that you like, go to those offices, ask if there's a vacancy, submit your CV there in case. Those are the 3 methods. And I share additional method. Additional method is whereby you look at all your friends that have been employed and you start calling them, messaging them, go to their LinkedIn, check the jobs their LinkedIn, check the job, the company they are working for. Most of them post them on their LinkedIn, their Facebook. Or you call them and say, guy, I'm out of job, I don't have a job, I just finished school, or I just in my NYC, I'm looking for a job. Please, if there's any opening in the company you're working for, let me know so I can submit and you can put one word, a word for me, and so forth. Boom, you don't get job. You don't get job. You're gonna get a job, especially if you are applying to many vacant opening at the same time. So for me in LinkedIn, I tell people, say apply to at least 10 per day. 10 per day, so at least you can get interview fast as possible. So that's it. So if you follow that method, you're gonna get a job. You're not gonna get a job. As far as your CV, you do your CV is good, and so forth. I'm writing a book, 101 Ways to Be a Better Employee. I'm writing a book, How to Build a Sustainable Career. So if you put those 2 books together and read them, you will do fine. But with this one I want to talk about, when you have gotten that job, the first thing I want to say to you is work hard. Work hard. Work hard. You need to work hard in that job. I don't want to do anything. It's just to work hard. Show up. Show up in your workplace. Let them know that the job they just got matters to you. Let the people know that work, that the job you just got matters to you. Some people take their job for granted. So they don't just work hard. They know they work hard. So some people took their job for granted. They know they work hard at all. They take for granted. And that's why it leads to what they call poor performance. So you need to work hard. Let people know that where you are working matters to you. I don't care if it's in Lagos, I don't care wherever it is. Show your employers that your job matters to you. You need to put in the hard work. You see, some employers can forgive you for your incompetence, but they cannot forgive you for both your incompetence and your laziness. You can't be incompetent and be lazy at the same time. So you cannot be better if your employer does not see that you are putting in the work to improve. You are putting in the work to perform. You are putting in the work to be better. So that's why for you to be a better employee, you must put in the work. So I'm going to share just four ways you can work hard. Work hard. So the first one is work hard. Number 2, you need to work smart. You need to work smart. S-M-A-R-T, smart. Specific. Your primary assignment is your responsibility, your duties, what they have given to you as a primary assignment in your workplace. You must do it. You are specifically assigned to that, you must do it. Measurable, measurable. You must always measure the input you put in your work that generates the output for the organization. You must measure the input that you put in your work that generates what? The output for the organization. Realistic. You need to be realized or be realistic of the kind of input you put in your work that generates output. I'm telling you, you have to be real with the kind of input you put in your work. And that's why working hard will determine what kind of input you put in your work that generate the output. It's very important. Then time bound. When I say about time bound, you have to be conscious of timing. So when I say work smart, it says that you have to resume early, wake up early, go to your workplace early, close late, because you're just starting that job. You have to start your job. Time bound. You're starting that job. They don't want to see you as someone that comes late to work and close earlier to work. Always come early to work and close late. Show them that you are putting in the work. It's not that you are doing show off. Show them you are putting in the work, and it shows in the output of your performance, output of the organization. And of course, time bound, specific, measurable, realistic, time bound. SMART, time bound. Work smart. The next thing you want to do is work intelligently. Work intelligently. Be organized. And if you're not intelligent in your work, you're not exhibiting intelligence in your work, because people can see that you are not putting in the input that is required. That yes, it works hard, it works smart, but this work is doing lacks result. This work is putting shows dumb, that is dumb. And working intelligent means that if you don't know knowledge, if you don't know your work, it's a problem already. So intelligence equals to knowledge. What you know determines if you are intelligent or not. So that's why you see, if you, and it's very important that in the current work you are doing, the job you are doing right now, what is the know-how? What is the know-how required to get the job done? So if you don't have the know-how, it's a problem. It's a problem. So that's why you see people that say, I just finished school, hire me, pay me 20,000, 30,000. But when they hire them, they don't know what is required to get the job done. Do you get what I'm saying? Then, of course, work on your mentality. Your mentality has to do with your attitude. Your mentality. Now, for working intelligent, it means that you have to work on your brain. Feed your brain. If you don't feed your brain on the job you are, so when you just get that job, start working on your brain. If you are working in a tech company, start working on your brain, updating new information on your brain, and work. Make sure that you work on that brain, so that brain can give you necessary input for your output. Then working on your mentality is your attitude towards work. If you have the wrong attitude towards work, careless, carefree, nonchalant, fixed mindset, whatsoever, different kind of mindset. I discussed that in one of my book. 12 kind of mindset that you should not have. Work on your attitude. It's your attitude that will determine your progress in that organization. If you give the wrong attitude to your colleagues, the wrong attitude to your boss, if you have the wrong attitude to your boss, you may be working for a tough boss. You might be working for a tough boss, and if you give the wrong attitude, that's all. Have the right attitude. Work on your mentality. Every wrong mentality you have, work on it so that you can improve and put input for it. So I said, after getting your job, the first thing you need to do is work hard. And you're going to work hard in 4 ways. Work hard, work physically hard. 2, work on your mentality, your attitude. 3, work smart. And 4, work intelligent. So that's the 4 areas you have to work hard on. Work hard, you are seeing that you dey work. Man, say I dey work, man. I dey work, not physically. So if my boss me, see this guy is physically putting the work, he's sweating. 2, he's working on his intelligence, on his brain box. He's working, trying to build knowledge, know-how for his work. 3, he's working mentality, on his attitude. And 4, he's working smart. This guy is time conscious, he's smart about his work, realistic, and whatsoever it is, and specific on his duties. That's how it is. If this video makes sense to you, like, make comment, share to a friend. However, drop a comment to tell me what are you working hard on today. What area are you working hard today? If you never still get a job, drop your comment. Why have you not gotten a job? See you in my next video.